we're literally filming this like right outside Walmart because I have to go shopping, but I also was really hungry and I didn't want to go in there on an empty stomach because I would literally eat everything, so I got some fries. I also got this dragon fruit like freeze drink. It looks really good. So we're gonna chill, wait for a few people to come on. We're just gonna vibe. I'm gonna rant. I'm coming off of being sick, so my voice probably sounds god awful. But yeah. And like, this is so good. Okay. So I'm just gonna start getting into it. If people come late, they can always watch it back later. But basically, I have secured an apartment for next year, and I will be living alone. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. I will have Scooby. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like so much space compared to what I've been having to live in at the college, so that's really cool. And yeah, so like that's the update. Now on to why I'm so happy I'm living alone. This past weekend, as I mentioned, I was very sick. I probably still sound a little bit off. My nose is super stuffy. But I was very sick, and for like a day, sorry, someone like just sped by. For like a day and a half, I couldn't really get up for very long without feeling like I was gonna fall over, without having to sit down, without just not feeling okay. And you know what my roommate did this whole time? Didn't clean anything. She did get stuff packed up for end of semester, but she didn't clean. So bathroom didn't get cleaned, which I do every week. Kitchen didn't get cleaned, which I do every week. I pretty much do almost all the cleaning every week. And that really bugged me on its own. But then, one of the few times I was able to really get up, go use the bathroom, and actually kind of look around without feeling like I was going to fall over, Scooby's food dish and water dish were completely empty. And before anyone goes, well, he's your dog, your responsibility, I take care of her dog too. I fill her dog's water dish and food dish, and I've literally watched her dog for like an entire weekend before, and I've watched him while she's like had to be gone. All that stuff. Like, I have generally watched her dog. So the fact that I was really sick all day, and his food and water dish, like, she apparently, when I asked, she was like, oh no, I didn't put anything in it today. And like his water dish was like bone dry, so he had probably like drank it that morning. She also didn't like take him out at any point, which kind of sucks because I take her dog out a decent bit. At one point, actually, Scooby really wanted to be outside, but I wasn't feeling well, so I went somewhere and I sat down. I just extended his leash out, and she was like, oh, can I bring Squirrel to you? Can you watch Squirrel too? And I was like, I guess. Because she was bringing stuff down to her car. I was gonna be nice, but like, I had basically flu-like and like COVID-like symptoms. I was tested, luckily negative, but I was not okay. Like, today's the first day that I'm actually eating like solid foods, because like I ate soup the whole week. Like, I was not feeling okay. And not to mention the mountain of dishes that are currently in our sink. Like, I wish that I could do the green screen thing for videos, because I have videos of it. I'll probably make a whole video about it once I'm no longer living with her. But there was like a mountain of dishes, including more than half of my silverware. And my silverware is pretty distinct. The handles of it look like bamboo. It's very different than what hers look like. And it's like, how are you going to like sit there, use more than half my silverware and not clean it? Like, I don't know how many of you were on this live stream, but there was a live stream like a while back, like beginning of the year, where she was basically going through my perfume and saying what I could and couldn't wear. And I was like, you know what, that's fine, like these smells give her a headache, it's whatever. No, that just started a pattern of her kind of like controlling everything in the dorm, it feels like. Oh my goodness, hi guys. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to ignore y'all talking in the comments. I'm just like in the middle of like ranting but it's actually insane. Because I went through and I did all my dishes that were in the sink that she used. And I counted 3 out of 4 of my forks, 3 out of 4 of my knives, and 4 out of like 8 of my spoons, like 2 big ones, 2 small ones, I think. It should have maybe been 1 of each thing, not multiple. There's also, we have these plates, these blue plates, and I know I at least have 1. I think I have 2, but she also has 1, and you know what? She can keep 2 of them, as long as I can still keep my 1 that I know for a fact is mine. I can tell, there's like a little circle in the middle of it because I like messed it up. But like, that was dirty. My red cup, which I know for a fact that red cup is mine because that's the first cutlery that I got for my dorm, because it's a red cup and that's my favorite color. Like, she made a big deal last semester about my mouthwash being on the kitchen counter because it's a full, like, one of those big jugs of mouthwash. That's what I have. She made a big deal about that. She made a big deal about my book bag being in the living room and my notebooks being out there, so she got these little bins for us to put that kind of stuff in. And it's like, okay, whatever, maybe she just is particular. Yeah. I can't even walk through the dorm right now because of all of her stuff. Like, and even before she started packing, it was horrible. I don't know if any of you guys were in my other live stream where I was talking about this and showing the videos of the room, but it was like a table that I had brought with me was completely covered. It took me 14 hours to clean the whole dorm. 14 hours. I spent an entire day, an entire chunk of my time that I needed to do other things, cleaning the dorm while she was gone because it was that bad. I couldn't do it. Like, there were month-old brownies out. They were solid, month-old. Just sitting on the table. They've been sitting on the table, like, for a month. It was nasty. And she did this whole thing, because I went to an RA, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore, but it's too late in the semester, blah, blah, blah. And me and her sat down, and we finally talked, because I had kind of mentioned it throughout the semester, and she kind of was just like, oh, yeah, I'll get it in a minute. She didn't get it in a minute. And she was like, okay, how about if you write it on here, I'll do it. It's like a little chart for her to do. And I'm like, well, that's stupid because you're 21. I shouldn't have to baby you and hold your hand and tell you to do the dishes. So you know what? Okay, fine, whatever. I'll bite. I'll write it on this stupid little board. So I wrote on the board, and like, she would do the stuff. And then I wrote on the board, don't use my dishes unless you're going to clean them. She cleaned them. Okay, perfect. She did it again. Don't use my dishes unless you're going to clean them. That stayed on that board for a week. And she didn't clean these dishes that were very obviously mine. So the other day, I had a random burst of energy while sick. I don't know why. That just happens to be. I don't know if that's common. And I was like, fuck it. I literally went through. I separated everything. I put all my stuff in one half the cabinets, all of her stuff in the other side. I gave myself more room too. I'm going to fully admit, I gave myself more room because it's so obvious that I have enough dishes for 2 people, you know, that I should probably have the bigger side. I also took all of my food off this like rack thing that she had bought and put it in the cabinet because it's like, I'm not even going to leave her room to say that I can't use her stuff if I'm going to stop using it. I took everything I could like away from her stuff because she would buy these like organization things for us to use, which is fine. But then she would kind of also take them over. But I didn't want to say anything because she did actually buy those things. But it's like, that took away room where I could have put something and I could have had room, you know? But yeah, nothing crosses the line more than my dog right now. She, oh my god. In the time I've lived with her, like, I've witnessed her feed so much stuff to the dogs, like, not even ask me. And it's like, your dog would be one thing, but my dog's a whole different dog. Like, she's like, oh yeah, we always feed my dog table scraps. We don't! My dog does not get table scraps. Like, maybe every now and then he'll get like a pizza crust or something, but it's like, I don't want him snatching food off of a plate because you decide you didn't want your dinner that you asked me to go get you from the cafeteria, so I brought you back a box, and you just opened the box and put it on the floor for them. And then she would get mad if he would try to take stuff off her plate. What are you thinking? Like, I'm sorry, that is the dumbest thing. She's like, well, my dog doesn't do that. And I'm like, well, we don't feed my dog scraps. Okay? And not only that, but she would feed them stuff but that they shouldn't have. Like, he would get gassy. He would get sick. Like, she wanted to feed them grapes. Our dogs, for those of you who don't know, grapes are very toxic to dogs. Like, if your dog eats a grape, you should, like, A, try to low-key get it to throw up. B, call a vet. Like, call a vet immediately. Like, they cannot have grapes. And she wanted to feed them, like, basically these, like, Uncrustables that had specifically grape jelly in it, which you're not supposed to give dogs, because, again, grapes, I don't care what people say. Oh, it's jelly, though. It still has grapes in it. No matter how fake the jelly is, there's still traces of grape. You know? Like, yeah, that pissed me off so much. She literally wanted to give our dogs, like, grapes and, like, stuff with grapes in it. And that's toxic to them. And Scooby's not a big dog. Neither is her dog. I genuinely don't know how her dog is surviving with eating all the food that she's giving it. But, like, she also would leave food on the couch, like, open, that a dog should not consume, but she would leave it open and, like, leave, or she'd go to bed. And I'm not in the dorm a lot. I'm literally 30 minutes away at the closest Walmart because I have to get khakis for a presentation. Like, and I'm gone from maybe 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for classes, you know? And, like, she did lacrosse for a bit. Like, she played a sport, but at the same time, she would be back in the dorm in the middle of the day. She wouldn't be gone all day not knowing what's going on in the dorm. And I can't just come back in the middle of the day most days because I'm very busy or I have my internship and, like, I just have a lot of stuff going on. This is the first time I've had free time other than being sick. And I'm having to come to Walmart and buy khakis. Like, it's for, like, a presentation I have to give. Anyway. I have come back to the dorm and had to clean up bags of open Takis that I think my dog has definitely eaten some. And I have found open chocolate that, first off, I know the dogs didn't just get into this because it was in a place where the dogs couldn't reach. She would have had to gotten it down, open it, and start eating it and then just leave it. I have found chocolate chips all over the floor. And the bag on the table was open, and I texted her, like, did you do something with chocolate chips? And she's like, oh, no, the bag must have, like, split open or something. The bag literally looked like a person had, like, torn it open. And I know it wasn't my dog who did it, because A, it was still on the table, and B, it was still full of chocolate chips. It's like chocolate chips just fell out of it. But I don't know if he ate any, like, I don't know, because I'm not able to be there the whole time because of my class schedule. Like, even right now, I don't like that he's there with her, but I can't be in that dorm, but I can't take him with me everywhere. It's a whole thing, which is part of why I'm living alone next year. Like, I'm not doing that again. I'm never putting my dog in that kind of situation again. That was awful. But, like, I came into the dorm one time, and he had thrown up everywhere. Everywhere. And it was obvious that this was not a recent throw up. So I don't know if he threw up while she was there. In my head, it kind of seems like he would have had to for the way that the consistency, I don't want to get into that. But anyway. And I asked her, did Scooby eat something weird? No, he might have, like, dove into some leaves while we were walking, but he didn't eat anything weird. He did his whole, like, eating grass thing. Maybe it's that. First off, there was no plant debris in the throw up. Second, I could see the food in the throw up. It was food that she had left on the couch. And I wasn't going to straight up confront her because it's like, you know what? Because this was early on. I'm like, you know, maybe she didn't realize. Maybe she didn't realize it was there. It was kind of like under some stuff. But I could kind of tell that that's what Scooby had gotten. But the fact that she tried to sit there and say, like, no, he didn't, like, eat anything. There's nothing left out. Oh, maybe it's this grass he ate. Because Scooby has this thing with his digestive system. It's normal for him to eat grass. He doesn't throw up when he does it, though. he eats a little bit and it helps him digest stuff. I don't know how that works. I need to take like an animal nutrition course. But I know that he ate something that she left out. Like, I could see like teeny tiny bits of food in it. And at first I was like, maybe that didn't make him throw up. But it's like, what else would have? It was like, there's Takis left out, there's candy left out. Like, I literally had a full, like, 2 grocery bags of her food when I did the whole 14 hours of cleaning. 2 full grocery bags of food that I took off the couch. Specifically off the couch. It's nasty. Oh my gosh, hi guys. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to ignore the comments. Again, I'm just getting, like, really into ranting about this because it really pisses me off. Especially the fact that I was sick and I still was taking care of my dog. She couldn't be bothered to do the dishes. She sat down and did her nails for like 4 hours. I don't care about your damn nails. I care that there's unclean dishes in the sink. Like, I'm sorry. I'm getting some of my frustrations out in this stream. Because, like, how are you going to sit there and do your nails? There's empty dog water dish and food bowl. Your roommate can't really do anything. She's desperately trying to do homework, but she can't focus because she's so sick. She's in pain. Like, I literally was typing, and I started getting, like, my joints in my hands started getting so painful because, like, whenever I get sick, my joints just, like, no matter what kind of sickness, my joints down the drain. Like, no matter where these joints are, they hurt. Like, and she just sat there doing her nails. And, like, I literally at one point got up to do the, like, because I was doing my dishes. Whenever I'm sick, I want to do my dishes really fast because, like, ooh, I'm sick. I don't want them to sit. That's gross. So, like, my soup mug, my teacup, like, stuff that I was using that day, I washed immediately. Or if I didn't wash it immediately, it was like my tea cup thing. I was using the Starbucks red cup, not gonna lie, for my tea. Because I was making more tea. And at the end of the night, I actually cleaned the kitchen, minus her dishes, again, because I'm not about to do her dishes for her. She's 21. Yeah, you guys can tell a story if you want. But, like, I literally cleaned like, wiped down the counters and stuff. I swept. Because it feels nasty in there. It feels gross. I don't like being in there. Like, even my dog gets, like, he gets so anxious he hates it in there. He literally will just cry for no reason. And she gets mad if he is sitting with her, like, if he gets, like, on her, like, in a bed or, like, on the couch or something. And it's like there's nowhere else for him to go. 9 out of 10 times, the other couch is full of stuff. And it's like, I've made sure to leave him room, specifically under my bed with his kennel. So that, like, he has that space. Because all the other spaces get taken up. But sometimes her dog goes into my dog's kennel, despite having his own kennel. It's like, that's fine. But that also kind of clearly hints that there's not enough room for them. Like, I had to jump over the arm of the couch the other day because she was sitting on the floor of the living room doing her nails. And she was like, can she be in the bedroom? And I'm like, I'm trying to do homework. If I can't, I'm not comfortable when I'm sick trying to sit on my bed and then, like, kind of hunch down into my laptop and, like I'll have pillows on my back. It's not comfortable. There's like a gap between our beds and the wall, so it's not comfortable to really sit, especially if you're sick trying to work on your laptop, because I don't have, like, a whole ton of pillows like she does, but I don't. I don't really like having a whole ton of pillows, but I have a few pillows, like, small pillows on the couch. And I have a backrest pillow, but again, with the gap between the wall and the bed, it doesn't work out well. It's not comfy. And I was like, I'm not gonna go back into the room. And she was nice about that. She's like, okay, but I'm gonna turn on what I want on the TV. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I kind of had the TV yesterday. I thought she wanted to do work out there, though. She wanted to do her nails. And it's like, I get wanting you time, but girl, there's overflowing dishes. There's so many, like, it stresses me out. I couldn't focus. I was sick. The smell was getting to me. Yeah, there was a smell. And, like, oh my god. There was another time I took out the trash on a Sunday, and by Tuesday it was full, because she would put, like, boxes in there, not really, like, break it down. Like, and, like, here's the thing, too. I've had other people come to the dorm, and they agree. Like, this isn't just me, like, being crazy or something. I have sent pictures of the dorm to my friends to be like, am I overreacting? And they're like, no, I could not live there. I've literally had friends come into my dorm and say they felt too anxious because it felt too claustrophobic and they had to leave. So, like, I can't even have friends over. Like, I can't do anything with my actual dorm. And it sucks. You know, I legit, like, try to be nice to her, but she also, like, doesn't seem to want me around, which is hilarious, because the dorm was mine first. So it's a dorm apartment style, which means it's one bedroom, you have your, like, own bathroom in the little thing, and we have, like, a kitchen and a, like, living room area, you know? Like, we have this, like, little space. We have, like, a miniature apartment, but we still share a bedroom. And I was given this first, and then told to find a roommate, and it was like, whatever, like, this girl needs a roommate. I kind of know her, but not really. Y'all. And, like, it's bad. I'm sorry, she shouldn't have a pet. Also, yeah, wait. Scooby's been, like, sick. Like a ton of eye boogers coming out of his eyes, which isn't normal. And she's like, oh, do you want Claritin for him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is not normal for him. These are not allergies. He's, like, there's something wrong. And I'm trying my best to, like, get him out of the dorm. I have friends who take him on hikes because they also know the situation. And, like, I'm in class for hours a day, like, almost damn near 12 hours a day. I'm in class and study sessions, and, like, I get that now. Yeah, I'm in my car, but I also am here because I am about to go in and buy khakis that I need for a class. Like, I don't have a whole lot of time. And I stopped at Chick-fil-A because I haven't eaten except for, like, some salad? I'm starving. I also only got fries and a drink, but I'm still starving. Okay, wait, what'd you say? Interesting. But, I will be going home in a bit, but a good chunk of it is just, I don't want to be in that dorm. I honest to God want to get, dude, I would go home and sleep, but I have stuff on my bed because there's nowhere else to put the stuff. Because there's no room for it. Like, I started taking stuff to my storage unit last weekend to actually be able to have room to pack stuff up. Because there's no space for me to pack things up other than on my bed. It's insane. And luckily, okay, I'm sorry. I'm, like, going off a little bit. Before I left, I was able to put things under my bed and clear space, but it's like, I shouldn't have to sacrifice my bed for packing because there's nowhere else to do it. It makes sense if I were doing it because I just prefer to do it in the room, but it's like, I can't go out to the living room and pack stuff up because there's no room. There's no room. And it's like, how many clothes do you have? No, I'm talking, like, everything in the apartment. This includes, like, decoration, dog supplies, the stuff in the kitchen, food, books. I have a collection of cookbooks, games, yeah. Because I'm in an apartment style dorm, which means we also have a kitchen / living room. But, like, it's not just like a dorm room, you know? But we still share a room. It's one room, one bathroom, kitchen / living room. It's still small, but it's nice. Oh, the closets? They do? She took over 90% of the closet space, which is why I had a storage unit during the year, because there was nowhere for my stuff to go. Like, we had 3 closets. The one in the bedroom was decently split in half with the rack, you know, my clothes, her clothes. But then her laundry basket, other laundry basket, a shoe rack, which she did let me use, but I've got like boots, so it couldn't like fit all of it. And then the shelf up top had all of these boxes on them. And then like my iron, not even the ironing board, just my iron. That was it. Second closet had a lot of cleaning supplies. I was actually okay with that. I like all the cleaning supplies to be in one spot. Third closet pisses me off because she had a ton of boxes in there and just a ton of stuff. And I didn't put anything in there until 3 weeks ago. And the other day she actually got pissed that I had a duffel bag in there and that it was in the way. That is a walk-in closet and it was full of her stuff. I had a duffel bag in there, a box on the way up shelf, and a small box, like a grocery box. Like those little like pop-up grocery box type things. And like a knitting bag, which isn't, it's like a small book bag basically. And all the rest of it was hers. Why not switch dorms? Here's the problem is I did not want to give up my apartment because I was given that apartment because of my credits. She was not. She was added in because you can't live in an apartment alone. So I had a reserved apartment. But I talked to the school, I couldn't just have her get kicked out. Like, it doesn't work like that, which sucks. And I was not about to give up my kitchen. I was not about to risk me putting into non-pet friendly housing because I have a dog. I have Scooby. And I genuinely want to get him trained as, like, I know he's probably too old to start this training. I kind of wanted to get him trained as a service dog so I could take him to Walmart and stuff like this and, like, have him trained to do that. But, like, yeah. If it's your... So, okay, here's how the apartments work. Let me explain this. It's owned by the school. They provide you your fridge, your desks. You each have a desk. You each have, like... What are they called? Like, some drawers to put clothes in. They provide the full-size fridge, and they provide a couch. Our apartment actually came with 2 couches, which was kind of nice. So I don't necessarily own it, but it's the fact that she tried to call it her apartment when she was like, I don't like when you leave your book bag out in my apartment. And I'm like, this was my apartment. The only reason you have it is because I allowed it, because I didn't want to give it up, because I was going to risk not having the housing that I need. We don't even really fight over things. It's just kind of her being like, I don't like this. And it's like, but you have all of your stuff in every nook and cranny. Like, but for those of you who weren't here in the beginning, I do have good news. I am living off campus alone next year. In a 2-bedroom apartment, I'm alone. I'm so happy. I don't know why she would do that. I've had so many people tell me, though, like, while this started happening, they're like, she's just self-centered. Genuinely, like, everyone's like, she is self-centered. She does not care about any of your stuff. And, like, yeah, I can see that. Because she had a juice glass on the couch and got upset that my dog knocked it over, which, again, living room full of crap, and he's trying to navigate, and the juice glass got knocked over onto a lot of my stuff, and she didn't say a word until the next day. And I didn't know it was on this stuff because I was at a study session until 4 a.m. because I have really difficult classes. I can't be there for most of the day. But she will literally be there middle of the day, laying in bed, taking a nap, because she doesn't like people. And before, I did genuinely give her some leeway because I didn't know what her mental health was like. I genuinely didn't know, like, if everything was okay up there. Turns out she's fine. I should have had like a mental break in the middle of the semester because of a whole lot of stuff going on and put a hole in our wall. But yeah, it sucked. Especially because this semester my mental health has just been shit, and she's been letting the room get so bad, and she knows how bad like my mental health has been, and I've told her the room doesn't make it better. About myself, I'm actually studying pre-veterinary medicine, which is really cool. I have a second channel that's kind of about that, but okay, so how many of you know Hurricane Helene and all of that happened? So my school's in Western North Carolina, and I have a second channel called Red's Animal Experience, and I was actually set up to film with animals at the school's wildlife rehab center that I work in. But when the hurricane happened, all of those, where was I going with this? All of those dates that I was supposed to film suddenly just, no more. So yeah. So I wasn't able to film with any of the animals, and hopefully I'm going to get to next semester. This semester has been too busy, and I wasn't actually a mentor in the center. I was a intern for the vets at the center. So, hang on, checking my gas. Luckily, like, everyone that I know from the storm is okay. It was very disastrous, but my little school itself is pretty okay. Did have some damage. Don't get bullied for what? For the YouTube stuff? No. I do have one girl who bullies me, but it's not for anything I did. She's just kind of a bitch. Genuinely. I'm calling it how it is with her at this point, because she literally sat there and like sprayed me with water in class. I literally didn't even know this girl. And then she would be like super rude. I did like a short about it. It's like Get Ready With Me in a Rant, where I talk about it a bit. But we had a lab based on sea urchins, and I literally studied aquaculture for 3 years. And she was like, "You're not allowed to touch the urchins because we actually need them alive." And I'm like, girl, what? I've done this exact lab, and she refused to let me do anything. Like, she literally refused to let me do stuff, and then like got mad if I didn't do something. And I'm like, you're not letting me do it. And the other people in our lab group was like, yeah, you're kind of like not letting her even like do anything. But when asked why, she literally tells people, I don't know, I just don't like her. And I'm like, girl, what did I do to you? Like, she's like, nothing, bitch. I'm like, bitch, please. But no, so I have a second channel for more animal related stuff, but I just haven't gotten to do a lot. I'm hoping I can start picking that up again soon. I actually want to talk about a necrotic snake tail, which is really random, but like I just kind of want to talk about the procedure because I've never seen this happen, where we gave it a local anesthetic and then the tail just fell off. We were supposed to cut it off and it just fell off, and I have it in my scrub pocket. The vet literally handed it to me. She's like, you want a snake tail? And I was like, you know what? I could actually use this for a video. And she was like, what? I just not let them do or say anything. See, I just kind of ignored her for a while, but then other people were like, yeah, she's like a bitch to you. What the fuck? It also kind of hurts that none of my like good friends who all saw this happen really said anything. One of those friends specifically said that if someone was bullying me the way they bullied someone else, that they would stick up for me, and that's exactly what this was. They didn't say anything. Like I get that we're kind of like adults, but like that still really hurts, you know? Like we're literally all like 20, and this girl's being super rude, and y'all all saying that you would always have my back, but like you don't really. My 21st birthday is this Sunday, and so far everyone's saying that they're too busy to do anything, so my brother's gonna come out here and have lunch with me. I might get a margarita, because my birthday is the day before Cinco de Mayo. No, real. I'm sorry, but this girl used like ChatGPT, like openly admitted to using ChatGPT on like a lot of assignments, and she couldn't even cheat her way into vet school. I'm sorry, that was really mean to say, but like it's true. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna get in first try. I'm probably not gonna get into vet school first try. Most people don't. But it's the fact that she used ChatGPT and other people have seen her cheating on exams. Like, no, exactly. Like, none of us ever reported to a teacher because it's like, you know what, whatever. Like, everyone's probably looked up, like, how to do a physics equation on the homework or something. But, like, straight up, like, for lab reports? Like, dude. Like, I want to know what her vet application was like, genuinely. Like, I want to know if she ChatGPT'd anything, because I'm taking a class right now where you're actually, like, writing your personal statement for vet school as an assignment. And, like, I've used ChatGPT to explain my teacher's feedback a bit better, because sometimes my teachers write it a little bit weird. So I literally go, here's my teacher's feedback on this essay. Please explain to me what this means. And it literally goes, okay, so your teacher's saying that you should change this to be a little bit more in-depth and be more, like, related to this topic. I think that's how ChatGPT should be used. Like, I think that's a good use, like, helping to explain something. But the people who sit there to look, like, literally just, tell me the answer for this. Dude. Like, I'm literally allergic to the cheating. See, that's life, but this girl is also someone who acts like she's better than everyone else, and she always, like, will rub grades in people's faces. When on the last couple exams I had in classes with her, I've scored higher. I scored over 10 points higher than her in our last exam. I scored dang near like 20 points higher on a cell bio exam. And like, I'm not saying that she's never done better than me in an exam, but like the fact that she repeatedly like treats me like I'm an idiot, but I do better than her in things that you can't cheat on, says a lot. I mean, she's like decently popular. It's kind of a small school, so if you have a couple friends, you're like popular. So like decently, but I also am friends with a lot of those friends. Those friends don't do anything with like her on that. Like, she's just really rude for no reason. But no, it's like actually insane. Like, I'm sorry, like that's probably so rude of me to say, because I know I'm not getting into vet school first try, but it's also, how are you, like, literally one of my closest friends have seen this person cheating on an exam to get a better grade, and it's like, how are you gonna cheat and not get it, you know? Like, I'm sorry, that might be so rude, but like that just proves my point. If you cheat, you're not gonna like do good in life, like especially cheating in a field like veterinary medicine, because we're pre-vet majors. Cheating in a field like that is insane. Like, low-key, I'd understand if you were a pre-vet major, like, and you cheated in history. You know? I also think that maybe they should teach history to your subject, like history of veterinary medicine. Like, of course, in high school you learn general world history and all that, but like I don't understand the whole like cheating. Oh no, she definitely talks about me behind my back. And like half the time she can't even think of a real credible thing to say, so she's just like, I don't like her. Why? I just don't like her. She's blah blah, like literally just going on and on about how she doesn't like me, but she can't even give a good reason. It's so sad. Like, she's maybe said that I'm annoying. It's like, yeah, I am annoying. And I tell my friends to let me know if I talk too much for a reason. Because I don't know, I don't understand the social cues like that. Fun fact, I'm getting tested for some things to make sure everything's all good up here, because I'm that bad at social interactions. I am 21. I'm not 21. I'm almost 21. I'm gonna be 21 in a couple days, actually. But this girl is also 21. She's been 21 a bit longer, so she's slightly older, but it's like, how are you gonna just sit there and say you don't like me, not be able to give a reason, treat me like crap, and still not be able to give a reason? Like, at least if you don't like me, give a real reason. But no, like I was saying, the whole social interactions thing, like, I literally tell my friends, like, let me know if I'm talking too much or like too fast. I don't understand social cues all the time, like, especially if it's like written words I don't understand. Like, I need them to just tell me, and I make it known to my friends. I make it known to people I have to work with. Like, I'm not the best at understanding social cues. I know I have no sort of diagnosis of any sort of what's the word? I don't have any sort of diagnosis that would like explain like a problem with social interaction. But I struggle with that. So, sorry, I'm getting like a lot of messages. That's something I struggle with. Like, I try to make it known to people, you know? I don't just like sit there and like yap and like annoy the people around me full knowing. Like, I literally tell them, I'm like, I'm not good at social interaction. Let me know if I'm doing something off or weird or annoying. I don't understand it. I was saying though, I'm like supposed to get tested for some of that stuff. I don't know what stuff exactly, but they're sending me to like a place, and they said like ADHD testing and like a few other stuff, but they just kind of said like basically ADHD and other things, like stuff like that. But I don't know what the other stuff is. They just kind of said ADHD, ADD, and others, and I was like, what are the others? That worries me. But yeah, imagine there's not really principals in college. You just kind of have to deal with it. Also, your professors don't really care half the time. I literally had a professor look me in the eyes and say it wasn't convincing enough to turn on Zoom because my friend was out sick and could not walk. No, we literally made that a whole joke. It's like, it's not convincing enough to come to class. Was that even the word she used? Compelling. It's not compelling enough to come to class. Because she literally was like, oh, that's not compelling enough reason to turn on the Zoom for class. And it's like, girl, she has a medical condition. Well, yeah, you might have a principal in school, but I'm in college. You know? It's a bit different. I did have one teacher who tried to stand up for me, but she didn't know who was spraying me with water, and I didn't quite know until like the next day who was doing it. I just knew it was like a general group. Because she was spraying me with water in a class where I was like being taught to be a mentor at this rehab center. Wildlife rehab center. Like, you get epi certified and CPR certified, so I'm like certified and all that, which is really cool. I don't know if we ever officially got our certificates though, or officially are certified for epi, because I don't know what happened with that. We submitted our forms. I haven't heard anything since. That kind of worries me, because I keep saying I'm epi certified, but like, what if I'm actually not? I have no clue. I have no clue. I don't even remember the guy's name to contact, but my teacher, I could probably ask my teacher. She could probably help me out with that. It's insane. I gotta figure out, like, the Animal Channel. Like, because I'm gonna be able to film next semester. I don't know how much I can film during the summer, because I will be in a vet's office, so I can maybe talk about stuff that I learn. But, of course, like, HIPAA is also a thing for, like, for animals. You know, how, like, humans have HIPAA. You can't, like, talk about, like, their cases. We have that, too, sort of, for vets, but I think it's slightly different. So I could sit here and say, let me just like make something up. I had to express the anal glands of a poodle. I feel like you could say something like that, but I can't be like, I'm gonna use my own dog as an example so no one thinks that I'm Scooby came in and we had to neuter him and also express his anal glands, which I don't think he would do at the same time anyway, but I don't know. And he had an infection, which isn't true, but like you know what I mean? I can't like say that, but I feel like I could say like, oh, this dog came in with an anal gland infection and this is what we did. It was interesting. Like I need to check with them on that. You know, I need to check on that. What am I going to be in life? Oh, a veterinarian. I'm currently in school, pre-veterinary, and then hopefully in 2 years I'll be in vet school. Oh, okay, I gotta end this because I'm getting phone calls from people. I'm so sorry, guys, but thanks for listening. Bye, guys. Mwah!